Hello friends, good evening. So today we are going to discuss a new topic, agile principles and agile values. Before starting with directly with the what are the agile principles and values, I would like to take the focus towards the agile perspectives. Like whenever I discuss with the people, what is agile and what do you think about agile, how it is different from the PMP or the other waterfall model or the traditional approach of the project management approach. So I come of a lot of things from the people, and in the later stages after discussing agile principles and values, we will come back again to discuss how it fits with the agile principles and values. So people say no planning is required. People say that faster delivery of we can deliver the things faster. Incremental approach, agile is iterative approach, and agile says no manager is required. Agile says no design is required. Agile says no documentation is required, no planning is required. So these are the perspectives from the various different industry standards of the people who are working currently, and from where I do have the discussions. So let's come towards what agile principles and values are saying to us, and how they are, and we'll discuss in comparison with the waterfall model and the traditional approach which we were following in this industry, and which we are following in the industry, and how agile is better over those approaches which we are following till date. So first one is your people over tools and processes. We can also read it as people versus tools and processes. So here basically if you say 4 values principles and 4 here, so these are total 8 terms. So the things written over here on the left hand side is more important over the things written on the right hand side. Things written on the right hand side are also important, but agile says on these things we need to focus on more than these things. So first one is the people versus tools and the processes. So here people interaction, people collaboration, people talking to each other. Agile says we should value to the individual interaction over the tools and the processes. People, so because here in tools and processes we have an elaborative approach. What steps we need to take, when steps we need to take, what are the decisions. We have a complete process from start to end, and what are the decision chart and everything. But see, in software development it is a knowledge work. The processes and tools are helps us, enables us to deliver the things, but it cannot guarantee you the things. Because see, tools and processes, people, various people behaves differently for the similar processes and tools. A team member having 2 years of experience and the team member having 15 years of experience, they will have a relatively different frame of mind to behave in a certain conditions. Correct? They will analyze the story, they will estimate the story points in a different way as per their respective domain and the experience, knowledge and skill set. So here plans behave differently for different individuals. Agile team are self-organized and self-managed. So here what agile is saying, that instead of totally depending upon tools and processes, we should believe on individual one-to-one interaction. We should improve it, we should more enhance it instead of only focus on tools and processes. Now the second one is your working software product over your documentation. So let's have a scenario in the traditional approach. What we do, like if any project is being released or something, so what are its milestones basically? So milestones are 10% project completion on the completion of project charter and SOW. When the SOW is prepared, project charter is something prepared, or 10% project is completed, and we will release a 100% project. Now again, next 20% is the requirement document, requirement traceability matrix. Like if we have the meeting with the whole stakeholders list and everyone, and if it is a long-term project, so we'll do requirement gathering for 1.5 months, 2 months, 3 months down the line, and we'll create a long list of documents for every process. We'll take a screenshot. Okay, user will log in and he will put the font in this, and the color should be this, and the display screen should be coming like this. So we will have lot of list of documents. So after 2 months, we have a 20% sign off, 10% for SOW, 20% here, 30% sign off we have, 30% payment we have released, 30% time and money has been invested, 30% people, 30% of everything has been invested, and we are thinking that okay, we are going on the right track and the project is in the green stage, and so on. Further on with the milestone, we will be proceeding ahead. But till the time customer invested 50-60% of the money and 50%-60% of the time, he is not having 1% of the working product. He cannot even log in into the system, he cannot see the screen, because our development team has not even started the work, and we are showing in the papers that 50% of the project is completed. So this is what we were doing in the waterfall model or the BMP methodology. But what Agile says that we should focus on the small chunk of the projects. Like if we are having a long list of 1000 or 100 or 200 requirements in our list, so what we should do as per the Agile, what it says that pick few 10 requirements or 15 requirements as the team is comfortable with, time box them, like okay, for next 15 days or next 20 days we are going to focus on only on these 5 to 10 requirements, and we will develop it and deliver it. We will touch base with the customer that we have delivered this, please check it and let us know if there is any correction is required. So after 15 days of time, after 3 to 4 weeks of time, we got something to look into it. It is working. But in the traditional approach, we have no idea where are we going on actually. There is nothing. So this is the thing, like iterative and incremental approach, and document gives false progress of the project, which we have discussed, right? Third one is collaborating customer communication over contract negotiation. So this is also one of the important aspect of the industry or the Agile, what Agile is focusing or referring towards us. Like if you must have heard the term these days as the value add. What value you will add to us? What value you are adding to us? So we usually think, we usually take it what extra you are giving to the customer, what complementary things or features we are giving to the customer. Actually, it is not talking about that thing, not at all. It is not a gold plating at all, a term used in the PMP, or if we are providing something extra to the customer. We are not talking about gold plating here. Here, what Agile is saying that vendor or the service provider who is working for its customer or a client, he should not only focus on to the SOW, what is written in our contract, okay, these 10 features or something. No, this is not the objective. It is only one time job. If you will do it, from the next time you may or may not get the project, or the project can be terminated in between. Here what Agile is saying that you need to collaborate with the customer, you need to understand your client's business, how your work will help your client to generate revenue from his business. This should be, because the objective should be your client should be in his business, because if your client is not in his business, surely you will not be in your business. Actually, it is happening these days. So think in that perspective, like there is a telecom company and they are looking for a website development so that the people can come and enroll themselves, and they can register for the new phone and the phone card or SIM or everything, and data card or any plan or something. So you need to think in that perspective, that what features bare minimum or in the simplest way we can put into our website so we can catch the audience for our customer. Because if our customer is not going to earn profit, from where he is going to pay us? So here vendor needs to sit with the customer and visualize the customer's business. So that is the business value, not the extra features or the gold plating. So this approach should be there in the frame of mind every vendor should have, whether it is a big IT giants providing services to the government agencies or any organizations. It doesn't matter big or small. It is simple. You are a vendor, you are providing any services to your client, so your objective should be to help your client generate the revenue out of his business. Fourth one, my favorite one, change versus plan. In traditional approach, PMP methodology, we are doing a rigorous planning. and we are creating the network diagram, we are creating critical path method, and start time of the schedule and the processes and the tasks and activities, and time of the process, what is lead, lag, and everything we are putting into. We have a detailed plan throughout for the whole year, like we are going on this date, this excuse me, on this date this is going to happen, and this will be implemented as it is, irrespective of anything, flood or earthquake or anything. My plan is perfect and everything. But obviously we have seen that there are a lot of things, we usually get delayed in our plans or something due to n number of reasons. I'm not saying that those reasons are not justifiable, those reasons are always justifiable. But what happens if sometimes down the line during a development phase, a customer comes in and he says that I don't want this feature, I want this feature. What usually the project managers do? No, we cannot put your change request now at this time of the development. We are in a so critical stage of time, and all the delays are because of your this change request only. So please keep aside, and we go into the another tangent that okay, this is a new requirement, new contract negotiation, new revenue, new money, and everything will be there. But we always know it is a major change, only small tweaking changes we can only accept in this project, this blah blah and all certain kind of things. So this is like very frustrating. Just try and understand a very small thing, like 12 months before, when you were into the business of your motor parts. At that time you were using mechanical motors, but after 12 months when your website is about to launch, you are using digital motors, you are selling digital motors. Why would you want a page for analog motors? Obviously you don't want, now you want a digital page, digital motors page. So I'm just putting up an example over here. So we need to understand the client's pain, customer's pain. Now change, we should, in agile, what agile says that we are working in time box environment, we are working on fewer requirements, we are picking only, we are not working parallelly on all the requirements, we are taking only 5 to 6 requirements, and then we are and we are working on them, delivering it, and so on, just continuing this process, iterating it, so and so on, and delivering small chunks as a working software. So in agile we are in a condition we can accept the change at any point of time, like a client coming in, okay, we want this change, okay boss, we are in the middle of the iteration, and it is only of 3 weeks, just wait for 3 weeks. Like suppose we are going to start a new iteration, okay, just boss, wait for 3 weeks and we will implement this, take this into our next iteration. So, or if it is the middle also, the waiting period of the client is very less, so he is also happy, okay, the things are getting developed, I also want these things, so this can be accommodated. So here I have tried to show that here we are following the rolling wave planning actually, like plan on the things for tomorrow, day after tomorrow, not a year ahead. Okay, the objective of the rolling wave planning is that the things, 5 features, 10, 15 features, okay, for a 1 month's time, okay, perfect, 2 months time, okay, do the rolling wave planning. But 1000 feature which you are going to develop in February next year, 2019 or 20, it doesn't make any sense to do the planet right now. And because of those planning what you are going to do in 2019 and 20, we are not accepting a genuine change request of the customer, it doesn't make any sense. So agile, if somebody asks me, agile is not speaking anything new to the industry. It is only saying that listen to your inner consciousness, listen, just act or think with your common sense, and think as you are the customer. It is never, they are not saying that customer are always pushy or something. It is just saying that understand the pain of the customer, that we are here to facilitate the things, to deliver the things in a good way, not on the papers. We, agile says, deliver it on the actual grounds. So now here let's come on to the perspectives what we have discussed so far in our agile principles and values. So agile says no planning, no, it is not like that. We are following rolling wave planning. Agile delivers the product faster. Yes, we are using iterative and incremental approach to deliver the product in a faster way. Agile says no manager. So we need to discuss this thing. Agile says no managers. Actually, Agile says we need leaders. What do you mean by leaders? Leaders is servant leadership, basically, I would say. like leaders in a way that they will enable the team, they will make the team capable enough to self-organize themselves, to self-manage themselves. Leaders support the team in a way that team themselves can take a decision what to do, how to do, and when to do, in what manner they want to do. Okay, so no documentations. Yes, detailed documentations are not required. Whatever you are working on, limited amount of documents are required as per your requirement to do the development work. No design. So here let's discuss this thing also. So design, here see, Agile is a completely transparent model. Collaborative and a transparent model. You are discussing with your development team, you are discussing with your other Scrum teams, you are having collaboration with your customers, so there is nothing to hide. So when there is nothing to hide, you are and working in an iterative and incremental approach, and you are working in small chunks, so there is no need to do the detailed designing of each and everything. Your architecture will emerge itself as per the requirements will be coming. Your architecture and designing will emerge itself, so and so on, as per the requirements or the features you will be implementing into your software or something. So it says into that thing. So this is all about agile principles and values. I hope I have helped you out. This video will help you out to clarify a lot of things. In case of any queries, you can reach out to me at vap.gupta1@gmail.com. Thank you and have a very nice day. Thank you. Thanks a lot.